I was not surprised so much when our next guest made his way into the studio for his final appearance with us for 2021. He always wears a suit that always looks like it's $1 million. Our Professor of Education from the University of Newcastle, John Fischetti. John, you haven't disappointed today. You've dressed up and dressed down for Christmas all at once.
Yeah,
what is the go with this vest here?
Oh, well, we had to look the part here for our video watchers, even if the listeners can't tell.
Well, look, a blue Christmas tree vest. I like that. And what you can't see, or you hear about anyway, there's a green pair of Christmas shoes. He's going to lift them up. There you go. With red shoelaces. So he's all ready for...
they're actually official joggers.
Jog into Christmas, maybe. Look, many may think, well, you know what, schools are on holiday, so why have a chat about education? But still, the kids are still there. They're living and breathing. So some advice, John, for the kids and parents and grandparents and families over the holidays.
Yeah, thanks, Mark, and happy holidays to you, Graham, the whole team here at 2NUR, and thanks for your support all year. I think the real issue I'd like to share with parents this morning is the opportunity we have during summer is to rewire some of the habits that young people have created. We've helped them create over the last couple of years. There's a lot of young people early and middle age. That would be like birth through, year 7 or 8. All they've known in their own sort of maturity is this thing, and we've taught them to worry. I think we've got to get back to live our lives, teach our kids that we're going to have a great life, and build in some habits in the next month that get them really 4 things, Mark. Sort of healthy, outside, the opportunity to move again, because some have been sitting around quite a bit, and curious.
Look, I like that because as we sort of start to move around ourselves, you see a lot of the adults that are still very much, hey, I'll say it, they seem very fearful as they get out and about. You magnify that down to the kids who, as you said, John, many of them haven't had much of a real-life experience in a normal life, so that's going to be magnified and amplified to them. So really just not just rewiring, but just breaking the wiring and throwing it out.
And I think some of that wiring is the neural wiring, the 100 billion neurons that have been habitized to possibly be negative and worried, which can be recreated just in a couple encounters. But some of it is, I think we have to turn some stuff off this Christmas because the news is filled with how many cases and where are we and what are we shutting down and whatever. Like last night, I had the news on, I just turned it off. I decided to watch a rerun of The Big Bang Theory because I thought I wanted to laugh. I don't want to be worried. I think with our kids, we got to turn it off, get outside, or start to do stuff with them that creates habits that says we're going to be fine. I've got a few gift ideas that can help with that too, because I think the gifts can be a habit creator because the brain is really just habits that get reinforced, just like the puppy at 4 o'clock that wants supper. And if you want to train them till 4:30, you're going to have to do it in 5-minute increments, probably.
Well, like you said, John, it's a last-minute Christmas gift. We've got 3 days left. So for those who may not have got everything under the tree, let's have your list.
Well, back in the lockdown phase number 1, we started cooking with our kids. And some of our older kids took charge. Some of our younger kids still had to help their parents. But I think we could get a gift card to the local shop, whatever the grocery store is that you particularly like, and let kids design the recipe that they want to fix. If Christmas is already set, there could be Christmas Eve, there could be Boxing Day, there could be New Year's Eve. Let kids get the things that they want to buy for their special meal and let them both purchase it, prepare it, and then help fix it. They may not be old enough to put it on the Barbie themselves, but they can certainly be there and watch and help that. Just think about what a great gift it would be if you get to purchase the food you'd like, not the stuff your mom always buys for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you want to get outside with kids, I think there's a chance to do some things with bird watching and stargazing. A pair of binoculars would allow you to have the excuse to let's get out and let's watch. Some of the nights lately, since we're a little bit in between La Nina, have been clear. You can really see the beautiful stars and the planets. I think that's an incredible thing. I think a good old-fashioned fishing pole, which there's a few in stock at our local fishing shop, could get just the excuse to spend time together with a grandfather and his granddaughter or whoever in the family would like to associate. Could be real good chance to just have conversation, maybe not checking our phones, maybe even leaving them behind unless you just have to take a picture of the big one that got away. That maybe it's just good to have that in our imagination.
Well, maybe leave the phone at home so you can actually tell the story
have that
of the big
in
one.
imagination. And I think there's gardening tools for little kids, the early years, as well as all the way to more adult kids. And think about planting a garden. This is a great time to plant those summer plants that'll flourish in the heat. Get out there and really when you're out inside and you're in the dirt and you're getting organized, kids love this stuff. That may not be the idea that will spark the specific that a parent would like, but there'll be something in there that'll get your ideas going. We want to get outside. We want to get healthy. We want to get moving. And we want our kids to be curious. the worry we've had in the last year and a half can be deprogrammed, but we've got a month to do it. We don't want to start back in school with, oh gosh, here we go again. We're going to be fine. We're going to live our great lives. And I think this summer is the key to kind of getting us back on track.
I love that message of positivity. Leave the fear behind, get outside and just do some life experiences. Get some more of those in there instead of seeing a bunch of numbers on the TV.
And we live in one of the best places in the world to do that.
Sounds pretty good. John, thanks for your efforts for today, for this year, and also for the amount of time you've been with us. We look forward to seeing you in a suit and tie, of course, for the first week or so back at school in 2022. And in the meanwhile, have a great Christmas.
Yeah, and a shout out to all our teachers out there, Mark, for an amazing year again.
All right, sounds pretty good. There he is, our Professor of Education, wrapping up 2021. John Fischetti from the University of Newcastle there at 2NURFM 103.7.
2NURFM, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.